All of a sudden, a tornado siren starts going off. Just, and I'm like, wait, it's not noon. It's not the first Wednesday of the month. It's like 6:30 p.m. on a Sunday. Why is the tornado siren going off? I'm like, you got to be kidding me, dude. So I go out front, and my neighbor is this old guy, this old fat guy with no shirt on in his sweatpants standing there. And I look at the sky, and it's all green. And it's like starting to rain. And he looks at me, and he says, "This is the real deal, boy." And I was like, no way, like, no. I was still so scared, like tripping so hard, like I was like, no.
Welcome back, everybody, to the CF Podcast. I am Clint. We've got Ryan back with us.
What's up, guys?
Can you just say what's up, guys, one more time?
What's up, guys?
There it is. And we've got our dear good friend, the one, the only, the man that shoots machine guns and all sorts of other cool things to the beat of metal. Yes. Gun drummer, Nate Wilkinson.
Thanks for having me. I don't want to be here.
This is the perfect way to start how I thought this podcast would go.
It's going to be bad.
No, it's going to be everything we could ever ask for.
Let's do it.
So let's
an
roll
experience.
it.
It's the classic firearms experience.
I feel like that's a knockoff
it might be
of somebody else.
ruining everything.
I
think someone came up with that.
I don't know. It's some other really small podcaster. But anyway, so Nate, gun drummer.
Hi.
Dude, I am so excited to have you here because when we met at the CMMG Sausage Fest, which is so appropriate for our relationship, that was a little weird.
He said it.
Yeah,
No,
that's not what I meant. It's just because we have such a good time. Am I wrong?
We did.
Yeah, we did have a good time.
You call it that.
You could be a little bit more excited.
No one's going to listen to this. No, it was a good time. It was inappropriately a good time. We're in Boonville, Missouri. There's nothing in Missouri. There was no excuse for us to act the way that we acted. And for some reason, we get invited back, which blows my mind. So that's incredible.
That is actually incredible. So when we met, it was at the CMMG event. They had the opening of the new range. They had all sorts of their firearms there and everything. They had some full autos there, and it was a really good time. And they had a bunch of us out there. Jared, Guns and Gadgets, Pewview was there. Kendall Jones, Rachel, people know Rachel B, Rapid Fire Rachel, Gun Girl Jen, and the list goes on. And that was just such a cool time. And then that was the first time we met. And it was one of those things where it was like, did we just become best friends? Mm-hmm. It was like, dude, it just clicked.
It was right when we were leaving from the airport on the bus, and you guys were both just kind of like down from traveling. And I got in the restroom and started screaming and falling against the walls, and it alarmed the bus driver, and he got concerned. And that's where I could hear you guys laughing on the outside of the bathroom. And I was like, all right.
He was like, the sound of my people.
Yeah.
The sound of my people.
Well, because he kept just hitting the brakes
he
over
did,
and
dude.
over.
And I heard you, because you were like, what the fuck?
I was slamming against the walls of the bathroom. I was overdoing it, obviously, but I could hear you guys laughing. So, all right.
Dude, we appreciated that, man, because we needed that. I needed some humor, and that was such a good time. But let's talk about your channel and everything, because Gun Drummer, right?
Sure, yeah.
Because that's such a cool concept of what you're doing, because you're bridging this gap between two different communities. And, what's really cool is, the music industry and firearms, that's not so distant. There's a lot of gun guys that are huge into music, but there's also a lot of music guys that are discreetly a little bit more into guns, which I think is pretty cool. So what made you get to this point where you're like, I'm going to shoot guns to the beat of metal music?
Yeah, it was just, I've been making videos for a long time, and I just thought it'd be funny, and just did a Lamb of God song.
Yeah.
Shooting through the drumsticks and started shooting ARs, and I posted it, and it got 1 million views in a single day.
Wow.
3.5 years ago. So that's how it started. And I was like, all right, well, obviously I'm just going to keep doing this. And now we're like using tanks and machine guns and flamethrowers and like anything we can find, and doing like whole songs. And now we're like shooting shotguns out of the house. And it's just a great time.
Dude, all right. So your Instagram, Gun Drummer, right?
Yeah.
Your Instagram, dude, I'll see you jumping on your kid's trampoline inside the house, shooting a shotgun out the back door. That is absolutely hilarious, and then you're one sock on, and you're just like stomping through the house.
The one sock gets so many views, man. I'm telling you.
So
like
funny.
I'll have like 4,000 comments on just like, this guy's a maniac, not for shooting a shotgun all the way through my house out the back door, but because I had one sock on.
One sock.
It really works. It does.
Dude, my favorite are the commercials where it's like,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you know what I'm referencing about
the infomercials.
Yes, the infomercials. Those are the best.
There's a ShamWow and there's a Billy Mays. We have a good time making those.
Get me every time.
Absolutely.
Dude, it's so much fun, man. And just so
total chaos.
Total chaos. But just so everybody knows too, when they watch that, because I know you've gotten comments before though, but your kids aren't home, right?
No, of course not. No, of course not. No. Yeah. They're just in their rooms, and I'm shooting a machine gun, just dumping out my kitchen window. Yeah, you know.
All right, cool. That's how my kids. That's how they're going to be raised. So.
Wow. That's awkward. Maybe think about maybe not reproducing ever. Maybe just get sterilized. You know.
Sterilized.
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right.
A pair of scissors over there.
Chemical castration.
Oh wow! All right, we're done.
Anywho,
we're done talking about how I'm not going to be reproducing.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, continuing on with that. So you said the first one you did was the Lamb of God song.
Yeah.
Dude. So what song was it?
It Laid to Rest.
Laid to Rest. Yeah. And so have you had any actual bands reach out to you?
I got to hang out with Lamb of God for an hour and a half last year.
Yeah, that's
they got me
cool.
backstage, and I'm just like, this is unreal.
So
because I've been listening to them for like 17 years and playing drums and guitar and stuff. So.
Yeah, so I mean, so other than playing firearms, you know actual musical instruments as well.
Yeah, I play drums. I've been playing drums for a long time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but not so much anymore. I just use guns now because it's way easier and it gets way more attention and it makes money. So
there's that.
Yeah, I still play drums sometimes, but you know.
So when Lamb of God invited you backstage, did they actually like know who you were and were they like a fan?
I was really excited about it because I've been trying to catch their attention for years.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, they invited me backstage. Their drummer, Art Cruz, invited me backstage, and I got to meet Willie Adler and John Campbell. Randy and Mark weren't there, but that's 3 out of the band members, so I couldn't complain. And we just hung out like just normal people. They're really good guys. It was like we were just friends or something. So
that's cool.
Time.
Wow. How long have you been following them?
17 years.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
yeah.
yeah,
I've seen them like 12 times in concert. I mean, you want to talk about like hanging out with a band you really love. Same thing happened with All That Remains. You guys might know.
Oh, I love
from All That Remains.
All That Remains.
You know,
yeah.
he's very outspoken about firearms and stuff like that. So it was really nice to meet him. I still have his number, and I do drunk dial him every now and then, and he'll answer. He's a nice guy.
So tell Phil Labonte that, you know, anytime he wants to come on the channel.
Absolutely.
And you as well, because how cool would that get?
Oh, we got to do that.
Dude, think about it, man. Think about it. We have him partner up on a giveaway too. Like, hey, you know what? Let's, you know, sign. Like, let's give him a gun. You know, it's like a one-off. You know, like let's work with let's throw a random firearms manufacturer out there that we like a lot. LMT.
Yeah.
Dude, LMT. How could you go any LMT if you're listening?
We need a gun.
Let's get All That Remains. Let's get Phil Labonte on there because I was actually listening to him. I think it was like on Sirius XM radio. I was listening to him a couple years ago talking about silencers and stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, these things shouldn't be on the NFA." And I'm like, "What?
Where did that come? So left field.
Who is this? Who is this guy?"
Yeah, a lot of people in the music industry don't talk about it at all because for whatever reason they'll just get blackballed for talking about it. There's a lot of closet gun people that I've found out through the grapevine. They're not. They don't make it public, but they're really like they're just afraid. Like the record labels could just cut you off, whatever.
Yeah, and that's why I appreciate about them. They kind of went in the opposite direction.
Yeah, Phil's like, I do not care. He's so outspoken, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he takes a lot of heat, and he does not care at all. Like I'll tell you that.
And it isn't hurting them. You know, they're super talented. In fact, in their music video Madness, they had Chris Tonto Peranto featured in it because it's all about PTSD and veterans struggling with mental health and stuff. And they had him in the music video. Yeah. If I remember that correctly.
There was an Alexandra one too.
Was there? With All That Remains?
It might have been not All That Remains, but she was in a metal music video.
You know,
I don't know any of this. I've just been saying but I do love All That Remains. For sure. And Phil, I started listening to them when I was like a teenager.
Same here.
So that was cool to meet them.
Same here. Their first song that I ever heard was cool. 2 Weeks. You know?
Oh yeah,
I love that song.
Oh yeah.
So big fan.
Song.
What other people in the music industry are like not closet firearms people?
Not Zoltan for one thing, for Five Finger Death Punch. He's into guns. Yeah, you know, I was talking to him for a while, and I don't know what happened. We just lost communication. But Zoltan, if you're hearing this, let's do something crazy, man.
Yeah, they're huge advocates for veterans too and stuff like that, which is super
Zoltan's
cool.
all about it. Mm-hmm. I know Ivan's cool with it, but I don't know how into guns he is himself. But he's he's requested a song before, so
that's pretty cool, man.
I think who else. Definitely the Lamb of God guys seem cool with it. At least like Willie Adler for sure. When I met him, he had a hat with an AR on it. He had all these questions about the guns. I was like, dude, you guys can come out anytime. Like, give me one day in advance and I'll have 6 tanks and a rocket launcher ready. Like, just
let's
I
do
love
it.
you guys.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Another one now, he's not metal or anything, but Post Malone is a huge gun guy.
Oh yeah, dude.
I mean,
Massive.
he's here at
The
SHOT
biggest.
Show. Yeah, he's hanging out with the guys at Forge.
Yep.
You know, our buddies over there, and I keep
nice.
and this dude. You know, I'm not gonna put his business out there or anything, but I will just say that he was gambling, and he went through some money, and you know what? He also who was it that he was talking to? Because we were talking to our buddy Neil McLean, and he's like, Post wanted some like high end radios.
Yeah.
And he's like, here's $40K for a couple of radios. And then he's getting into it to the point where he wants all the tactical stuff. Like he wants the high end gear, the hi-fi stuff. But he's also the guy to use it. Like, have you seen him running stuff? Like when Flux dropped all their stuff, he was out there
He's
running.
really interested in it.
Yes,
you know what
dude.
I mean?
And he speaks about it too,
Yeah.
which is super cool, you know?
That was the same night with Grand Thumb.
Yeah.
That we saw the post that
Yeah.
you put up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Posty.
Yeah. old
We
Posty.
need that. We need that more than ever because every force in the whole world is like, you're not allowed to be free. You can't have weapons. You're not allowed. You're a bad person.
Yeah.
And just trying to criminalize good people that want to just protect themselves from whatever. You
Yeah,
know,
right.
A bear or the government or a criminal. Like, it doesn't matter. You know?
It doesn't matter that the Second Amendment exists for a reason, and it's not just an American citizen's right. It is a human right. It's a fundamental right to life,
Right.
you know, and to preserve that life and those that you care for and your family and friends and whomever else might be in the vicinity, like we saw in the mall shootings and things like that with Eli Dickens. And I mean, he took that one shot apparently with a
That's
crushed
so
rear sight.
crazy.
Yeah, we found
it's
that
so
out today.
crazy. Dude.
Yeah, you know, we actually just interviewed Stephen Williford, you know, who stopped the church shooting with his AR, with his home built AR. You know, he busted in barefoot because he heard the gunshots down the street, busted in barefoot and stopped the guy that was shooting. He turned around and started shooting at Stephen, and Stephen noticed he was wearing body armor. You know what this guy did? He took very well-placed shots. He only had 8 rounds in his AR because he just grabbed ammo and started loading a mag.
Oh my god!
Didn't even use all 8.
Didn't even use all 8.
Wow.
So he had that level of control and discipline too. You know, he didn't sit there just mag dump.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So you know, there's an absolute, you know, necessary reason to have these types of firearms, and of course, people are going to try to, you know, kind of damn you for like, oh, what, you think you need that? You're going to take on the government? You need F-16s for that? It's like, well, Vietnam in the 1960s and 70s said otherwise. I just need an SKS and some flip-flops, and I'm going to take on the American government.
It's just an uneducated comment, honestly. When you really dive down the rabbit hole, like you'll realize that,
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, man. But let's get back to the music scene.
Yeah, all right. So back to the fun. We're preaching to the choir anyway. Anybody listening to this is like, I know. They probably already hit the double tap on their phone to skip that part. So anyway.
Right. So let's get back to the CMG event where we all met, made friends, and since you're in the music scene, you kind of convinced me, maybe after a drink or two, to do some karaoke.
Oh yeah, you're gonna make that public.
You already made it public. You
You're right.
posted
I
it to your
posted
stories.
it everywhere and tagged you. That's right.
Yeah, that was great. Thanks.
Nate started it. He was
Yeah,
like,
you
I'm
really
gonna
did.
start it. Like, karaoke?
But it wasn't you two. Kendall Jones was there. She was posting it too. Like I did it to myself,
all right.
right? I did it to myself. And you know, when they play some Day to Remember, I was like, okay, cool. You know what? Well, that was my one request. I was like, I'll sing karaoke if you put up some Day to Remember. And they're like, bet. And I was like, no. I was like, no, you did not. Okay, yes, you did. And but then you got up there a little bit of. Was it Dierks Bentley?
Well,
No, Billy Currington.
Billy
Listen,
Currington?
back
Sorry.
up for a second.
Yeah.
It wasn't weird that you sang A Day to Remember.
No.
Or attempted to. Yeah. What was weird is that you were serenading me and it got a little bit like sexual.
Well-
a little bit. And I was like, I don't want this. I was yelling at you like, I don't want any more. And you're just like continuing. I mean, we'll have to put that link in the description. But no, we did good directions after that, and I started doing metal vocals mixed in with it, and we were having a great time.
Dude, it
You guys
was-
were just
That was
like crying.
amazing.
I could see tears coming from
Oh,
Ryan's
there were.
face.
I mean, I got
hilarious.
tears coming to my face right now, man, just
yeah.
out of embarrassment. But that was an interesting night. The way you mixed the metal screamo, you know, type of voice with you know, good direction. I mean, that's impressive.
You guys
dude.
were egging me on.
Yeah.
That's true.
Specifically, the turnip greens part. That was
The turnip greens. Like, I got credit. Actually, no, I did a high. I did a high, false, whatever. It was like turnip greens, like so loud. You could hear, and it was like a full bar. And you could hear this lady like yelling because she was either freaked out or like upset or like wanted me to stop. I don't know. But if you listen carefully, we'll have to put the link in the description. But as soon as I start screaming that high part, you could just hear this lady. She's like, oh, no. Or something. I don't know. But that's like the funniest part to me.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's the other people's reaction that do make it pretty funny.
We'll add it to the video. I've got it.
Oh, okay.
Saved. Yeah,
Good
no worries.
deal. All right.
Yeah, and it's not all
Sweet,
of it.
sweet,
It's
sweet.
not all of it. Because that was a crazy night.
I'll edit it like out the parts of where we crushed a bottle of scotch at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I gave you a speech because I was concerned about our well-being. And you didn't listen to me at all. Like, at all. I gave you, like, a whole talk. Ryan was, he was with it. He's like, yeah, man, you're right. This makes sense. Like, we are going to black out if we continue down this path. And I, like, gave this heartfelt thing. I thought you guys were all into it. And as soon as I look at you, you just had this 1,000-yard stare. And you're like, let's do a shot. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you weren't listening to me at all. That's when I knew it was just over. It was going to be bad.
If it was a movie, there would have been a soft, like, sentimental music playing in the background.
Yeah.
Like, we can rally together,
yeah.
bring the morality, up in this group. And then Clint's like, just chaos. Like, he comes in. Yeah.
I was having a rough weekend.
You were.
Weekend.
You
And
were, to be fair.
and that was a good time for me to escape with some friends, new friends, and it worked out for me. It worked out. I worked out okay. But I gotta say, since then I've been super happy with the friendships that we made. I mean, I guess I could say too that some of the stuff that's posted on social, if you're not following Gun Drummer on Instagram, I'm not going to regret saying this, right? Please follow him.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. I thought you were going to say something way worse. Just from the tone, I'm like, oh, here goes a secret.
Like subscribing to her YouTube.
Dude,
Gun Drummer.
Dude, because it was once you posted the story, I was like, oh no. And then I started getting the DMs, dude, what were you doing? Were you trying to climb a light pole? I'm like, I'm not one to turn down a challenge. Obviously, if you've seen the outside the warehouse stuff and the one ship challenge,
It was like we're all like in our 30s, so we grew up watching like Jackass, Viva La Bam,
and it was
CKY. That's what that was. Like it was just any stunt you could think of, anything you could do. I got permanently banned from a bar in Boonville, Missouri, like the only bar. Like
dude, I forgot
I'm
all
on a
about
list.
that.
I can't go in there for the rest of my life. Straight up.
Oh, we finish what you're saying, but we have to.
Yes,
we have to get back to that.
Man, I was so angry because I just wanted to go by the river. We're by the Missouri River. I'm reading Lewis and Clark books for like 2 years. All I want to do is go down to the river, but I'm not allowed to bring drinks, and it was just making me angry, and nobody else wanted to go. So I'm like, listen, I need to bring drinks for all of my friends, and I asked the bartender, like, listen, I need like 10 drinks. She got the drinks. I'm like, listen, do you have a tray? She's like, for what? I'm like, I just need to carry it over to that table there. She got me an actual tray, like dug it out above whatever in the bar. It was like all crusty. It was like covered in blood. I don't know what they did with that tray, but she gave it to me, and I put all the drinks on there. There's like some bottles of Heineken, some glasses and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm going to take this and go down to the river. And she was like, no, you're not. That's illegal. Like, you'll get arrested. I'm like, all right, I won't do it. And I walked to the first table and sat it down, and Ryan's just looking at me. He's like, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm like, I'm not, man. He's like, I know you're going to do it. Like, don't, you'll get in trouble. And I'm like, I won't, man. I just picked it up and started walking as fast as I could.
24 hours before that.
He just met me. Not even.
No.
He just met me.
And I was like, I know
that
what
evening,
you're going to do with that tray.
It was like 4 hours before this happened. You met me. Both of you guys.
Yeah.
And anyway, I used to be a server, like at Red Lobster, believe it or not. So I can carry like some huge trays. I used to do stunts on the trays. Like I'd surf I'd like get a live lobster and surf through the dining room like on a Saturday night and stuff like that. And I'd like throw the lobster on tables and make people scream. Anyway, I should have been fired from there a million times.
Anyways.
Wait, you got to tell the Red Lobster story too, but we'll get to that one later.
Am I allowed to make that public? Like, will I get in trouble for saying? Anyway, let me wrap this up. So I pick up the tray and it's got all the drinks on it. And I'm like, I am going to the river and no one's going to stop me. Like, who's going to chase me outside? Like this bartender lady? No. Oh, as soon as I walk out the door, she starts screaming, and I was startled. I haven't been scared like this in a long time. It was like when you were a kid and you were after curfew, and like the cops see you, and you're just running and jumping through yards and stuff like that. That's what it felt like. Yeah. It was terrifying. And so she chases me out of the bar, and I can hear her screaming and running after me. So my pace keeps quickening and quickening and quickening, and I'm holding this tray in front of me, and I'm running down the middle of the road in this town.
Boonville, Missouri.
And I can see, like, the faster I run, I can see the 2 bottles of Heineken start to do this little dance, like, back and forth. And I'm just like, no. And I'm like trying to steady myself while running with this tray, and sure enough, the one Heineken falls, and it's just like everything starts one by one falling off of the tray and shattering on the ground behind me. It's just like cracks, like glasses fall off, everything falls off. Eventually, I just throw the tray and I ran all the way to the hotel without stopping and ran up to my room and locked the door. Like, that's how scared I was. And I went to bed. I swear on everything, I went to bed. I was like, I'm done. I'm out. Like, I'm scared. I got here. The door's locked. I'm going to sleep. Somebody even the next day said, I saw a gun drummer running down the street at midnight at full sprint. And I don't know why. He was alone.
Yeah,
It was
Jerry.
Jerry always sees me doing embarrassing stuff. And for some reason, still talks to me.
Because
God
I
bless
just
him.
saw Nate sprinting.
That's
as
fantastic.
fast as he could.
Oh my God,
Jared always catches me. I don't know.
dude! But the fact when I heard that story, because I was pretty much already.
We
done.
lost you.
Yeah,
hours before I lost you. I had no idea where you were.
But dude, when I heard that story the next day and you recited it pretty much just how you did right now, I still have the same reaction. I'm still in tears. Because the funny thing is though, I can so easily picture you, and the way you actually described it is, well, see, we're sitting at a table right now. When you told the story, you were much more animated, and you actually you gave us an example of how you ran, and you're kind of doing like the trying to do the shimmy, and you're trying to run as as balanced as possible, and so I can see you in your shorts just taking off running, and then all of a sudden you one beer and you're like, oh no, and then all of a sudden it was just all she wrote.
Disaster.
But here's the thing: do you think you would have gotten away with it if you would have just picked up all the alcohol you could have and just made it out? Because maybe
if I would have just not been so selfish and grabbed like a few,
See, I think
I wanted all of it.
See, I think it was
But
the
now it's a
tray.
better story.
What I'm saying is, it's a tray. She wanted her tray back.
Oh, is that what it was?
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think she started screaming at Ryan, and she said, "Go get your boy."
That
I heard
was
all
the
this
best
later.
part.
I heard like 30 different accounts of this because it was witnessed by a whole bar full of people. Like,
So-
this was very public. It became public fast. Like, the next morning, it was already on the internet, pretty much. I'm like, oh wow, that's it. That's there it is.
Nate leaves, and she looks at me in disgust at the fact that I just watched you go out and I let you do that. I gave you permission, I guess, to let you do that. She's like, "Get your boy." And I'm like, I met this guy 4 hours ago. Like,
Yes, it's not my boy. Apparently, he was in tears. I heard
Oh,
from third party
absolutely,
that
yeah.
he was crying, and she was so angry at him for laughing and crying, and just like couldn't contain it. Like, this bartender really liked her tray. And
she was like, "That is
didn't
the
you
one
go
and
get
only
it though?
tray."
For her?
I did.
That
I
was
got
very
one
nice of
yeah.
you because it was like 100 yards away. I made it far, and you can just see broken glass the whole way. Oh my god!
So maybe because Ryan got the tray, maybe you're actually not banned. Do you know?
I'm not gonna go. Well, actually, we did try to go back to apologize the next night, and they were closed on a Saturday night. And he was ready to film all of it because I didn't know what's going to happen. Like, is she going to freak
So
out?
they wanna lose
Will
their
she
tray.
forgive me? Because I was going to apologize. I was going to go up and be like, listen, I'm sorry. Like, that was my fault, and just see what happens.
Yeah, they closed it because they were going through some PTSD because gun drummer stole
I'm just
a
kidding.
tray.
I wanted the tray back. I was going to
Secretly,
try
I'm
it
gonna grab
again,
it.
but without bottles, dude. If it was all glasses, I would have had it. It was those 2 wobbly bottles. So
Yeah.
And I never did get to go to the freaking river because of you guys. I'm still mad. I want to go down by the river.
That's right.
We had fun in other ways.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, dude, absolutely, man. We had a great time hanging out, and same MG. If you're listening, can we get drinks down by the river next year without having to cause a scene?
We'd appreciate that.
the whole town.
If
getting
we ever
involved.
get invited back.
Yeah,
I think we'll be lucky. But
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, you really do.
Yeah.
Like every time I watch
Thanks.
it, I'm like, how does he make these? Like, there's got to be so much behind the scenes.
Dude,
like
there-
even just to like put this podcast together. Like, I mean, it takes a
you
lot
did
of
set
little
up for like
things.
an hour to get this together.
But like when I see your videos, I'm like, wow. I mean, how much does he have to do to put that all together?
Yeah, man, it is a lot. I mean, because we're getting carried away. So we got like multiple vehicles. One has like a drum set and all the equipment and stuff and like electronics, and then another car has like 50 guns, 5,000 rounds. And dude, if my car caught on fire on the way there, I would tell the firefighters when they get there, like, dude, just get away, get far away from this vehicle as you possibly can, because it's about to just explode. Like, it's gonna be the most dangerous thing you've ever seen in your life, So yeah, we have like multiple vehicles with all this stuff. Go down there. We rent out the range for the day, set everything up, and even like the shotgun in the house video, I got to clean the whole house first. Because if the house is dirty and it's on camera and my wife sees it, it's over. So everything's got to be perfectly
The dream
clean.
is done.
Yeah, and then even prepping for that and all that can take a whole day. And then once I shoot the shotgun all the way through my house and out the back door, I got to clean everything again to make sure there's no lead residue.
Yeah.
I'm probably being paranoid because it's only like 5 to 10 shots. But I got
still.
babies
No,
at home
that's
and
smart,
stuff. Like, I don't play with
No.
that,
Yeah.
People
No.
think I'm like reckless. I'm really not. It's very orchestrated.
Yeah.
I just want you to think I'm crazy.
Well, no, that makes sense, though. I mean, it really does, because I mean, there's a lot of science behind that, though, and there's a reason why the United States military is wanting to go with suppressors, and go more silencers.
Yeah.
But they're also wanting to make sure that there's nowhere near as much blowback and gases, toxic gases.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And because and there's literally guys that shoot hundreds of thousands of rounds a year, suppressed every single shot that they pull, and these guys are starting to get tumors and cancer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. And so the VA and the United States military is kind of like, it'd be a lot cheaper if we diverted the gases.
Yeah, we
instead of
shot
paying
the
instead of
gases.
instead of paying for a bunch of chemo and cancer. So there's that. So no, you're not. Yeah, and I understand
Piston
too.
driven, side chart, whatever you got to do, because
Yeah.
that dude, it's just coming right out of that charging handle port, like right at your face.
Yep.
It's horrible.
Yeah, so dude, and on top of that, you make the entertainment videos. I mean, they're so good. Like, first of all, I every now and then I think like I could jump on a trampoline and shoot, and then I'm like, I would hurt myself.
Yeah.
So
Dude,
you're
that's
very
what you
coordinated.
think, man. I don't know. I guess I can't hit the door. I want to hit the door. My number one comment is like, "How have you not hit your door frame?" Or like, "How have you not peppered your door frame?" And I'm like, "I want to. You don't understand. I've made like 8 of these shotgun in the house videos now, and I haven't hit anything, and it's like starting to piss me off. Like I'm gonna shoot the door on purpose now. I think
So I mean,
at some point. I don't know. My
I don't know,
wife,
it sounds to me
if you're
like you
listening,
should.
I'm so sorry.
I mean,
She'll find out afterwards.
yeah. As long as you have a replacement door.
I
on
will.
standby.
I'll get.
have it
I know
on
exactly
standby.
where that door. I met a guy last night that wants to sponsor a door. He's going to ship it to my house.
So look at that.
Brand new door. Have it ready to hang.
Yeah.
Blow out the glass on camera. Hopefully hit record first.
Yeah.
Because then I need a second door.
Because I need a second. Like, hey guys, you mind if I just get
I'll just
one
get
more?
multiple doors. I mean, if they're going to sponsor a video, like, dude, I want 5 doors. You know
Yeah,
what
I mean,
mean?
honestly, like,
Yeah,
why
they're cheap
not?
doors. It's like
Yeah.
$220 at Menards.
Yeah.
So
There you go, dude. I mean,
I want a bunch of doors. Like, give me as many doors as you can.
Then
and I'll
it's-
keep destroying them.
So then so now what you got to do is build so now it's like you're shooting through one door, you kick it down, then you shoot through another door, and you kick it down. It's like, how many doors
Wow.
can you do?
This is just.
Can't stop.
I love this.
Can't
This
stop,
is
won't
really
stop.
out of control.
Dude, what song would go well with that? Just can't stop, won't stop. Just like pop, pop. Yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
I don't know.
Maybe some
I'll think
corn.
of one, though.
I don't
No,
know,
corn's always good. Corn
Yeah.
is always good, man. I'm telling you. I talked to their current bassist a lot. He
Oh,
messaged
really?
me last night. He's like, dude, I live in Las Vegas, and I'm not in Las Vegas right now.
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Dang,
yeah.
man.
Raw Diaz, look him up. He's cool.
Yeah. So, all right. So if there is a band that, like, it doesn't matter their thoughts on guns or whatever else, if there was one band that you could actually just work with, like if they, shoot a music video with you in the background, just, shooting away on some full autos or something like that, who would it be?
Oh, System of a Down or Lamb of God?
Yeah. Dude.
For sure.
good
Or All That
choices.
Remains.
System of
All
a
That
Down.
Remains. Any of those guys.
Yeah.
Like any of those 3 would be great.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, man. Just to be like, hey, wait a minute, I know him in the background, just absolutely dumping this,
It's
those
super
outfits.
possible, man. Like I talked to, I don't know if they'd mind me saying this, but I talked to Darren Malakian and Shavo Odagian from System of a Down.
Yeah.
They're both really nice, cool guys, and they love this stuff.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, man. Like,
That's awesome.
they repost my stuff all the time, and I'll notice when I get on Instagram and I have 5,000 followers all of a sudden from a single hour. I'm like, what is happening? And then I'll find out like Darren or Shavo posted my stuff or.
Oh, dude, that is so
Really
cool,
nice
man.
guys, man. I mean,
Yeah.
some of these guys are just so down to earth, and you wouldn't think with that level of fame that you would still be,
Yeah.
cool.
Just
Surprising.
It is surprising, and these are guys too that I've been listening to since high school.
That's what I'm saying. System of a Down is my favorite band of all time. Like
Yeah.
to this day, I'm not just saying that because they talk to me. Like all of my guys that I grew up with, like we have a tight brotherhood of like 20 guys, and we've just listened to System of a Down forever, man. And Metallica and Lamb of God and All That Remains. Like these are just staple bands for us. So
Yeah, dude, I was always a big fan of Avenged Sevenfold too.
sure,
Yeah, Avenged was one of those bands that I just, me and my best friends in high school would hop in my Jeep Wrangler, just crank that,
Yeah,
and
that's
just
right.
Take
Yeah.
off,
When
man.
Backcountry came on MTV,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what did it, dude.
Yeah.
I remember. Everybody remembers that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Backcountry goes hard.
Unholy
Still,
Confessions, too.
Unholy
Oh,
Confessions,
man,
dude.
yeah.
That beat that they have there, that riff, dun 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 dun. Oh, dude, we could have way too much fun just talking
Heck
music.
yeah.
Which again is so cool because here we are again. We've already tapped a little bit into the automotive industry, right? We filmed with Tavares,
Yep.
and so we did a video. This was actually like one of our first big collaborations, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Because we actually, and we learned a lot. We learned a lot on that collaboration. Because we can talk about that for just a second. Because what we wanted to do and what his idea was, he's a big car guy and he builds out all these different Lambos and all sorts of stuff. It's really cool. And we were like, hey, we like to think that we could probably give away a 50 cal. This is one of our first 50 cal giveaways, I think.
It was.
And it's like, we want to give away a Barrett M82 and we want to collaborate with you on it. He's like, okay, cool. What do you think? And it's like, well, he kind of came up with the idea of let's see how loud a Barrett 50 cal is. We'll get some decibel readers and let's see if it's possibly any quieter than a twin turbo Lambo. And we shot a whole video, and it actually did pretty well.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
It was louder though. The 50 was louder.
The twin turbo Lambo was actually louder.
Yeah,
No way.
It was.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Because I've experimented a lot. I have some massive speakers now. Like we've been getting cabs and a PA system and stuff. And to get louder than gunshots is very difficult.
Right.
So,
So there is some not so science behind it. However,
Yeah.
though, because for instance, the twin turbo Lambo was on a street. Right, the decibel readers that were measuring the 50 cal was in grass. So we're thinking what could have happened is that maybe the grass dampened the sound a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So we're like, so that may have been it. So
I
I'm
can't
thinking,
imagine anything being louder than a 50 with a brake.
yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
So the funny thing is,
Other than a tank.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty loud too.
Yeah.
155 millimeter howitzer is also pretty loud. I can hear the ringing in my ears still. But
That video would have been massive if it wasn't for YouTube suppressing it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it was bad, man. So Tavares didn't know what to do either because he's a car guy. Car videos don't get suppressed. Right. You know what I mean? But the gun videos definitely do on YouTube.
It's horrible. Not to
Yeah.
complain, but like it's a lot. Dude.
No, it is a lot. I mean, right now as we're recording, we got 2 strikes on our primary channel. And that really sucks because I mean we've built that. Let's see,
It
Ben.
takes so many years to.
Oh yeah,
build this
well,
up.
the Classic Firearms YouTube channel has been around for 12 years, 11, 12 years.
2 strikes.
And let's see, over the past 3 years, when Ryan and I kind of took it over, and we've got a whole team that works on this channel. 1.2, we're approaching 1.3 million subscribers right now, and just because we've had videos that show the disassembling of firearms, dropping magazines, attaching suppressors, stuff like that.
Perfectly normal, acceptable.
Perfectly normal and acceptable,
Stuff.
and just like the ATF, they decide to change their mind overnight, and guess what? You're breaking the rules now. And it's like, wow, okay, cool. And you know how many videos we have?
Oh, it's insane. Yeah.
We have like 1,200 videos uploaded.
I was going to say about 1,200.
And to try to go through all of those and find the ones that okay.
Now, I know you've had some crazy experiences with YouTube because you had
YouTube,
multi-million
Facebook,
view videos, and then all of a sudden it kind of just stopped, right?
It's just crazy. If it's not one thing, it's another, man. I mean, I'm constantly adapting to figure out who's doing this to me and why.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
We're probably preaching to the choir again, but just know that like if you're doing firearms on the internet, you're gonna get beat up for sure, from the top, and it's horrible.
Yeah, and that's all there is to it. But hopefully, I'm hoping that there's guys like you out there that are wanting to bridge different gaps.
Man.
Bridge different gaps of different communities and being like, hey, we're not all that.
There's
different.
nothing wrong with owning firearms at all. Like that's what people need to understand. And I know that it's just from every angle, like Hollywood, anything on television, the politicians, the music industry, whoever is trying to pull the strings and control, the world. They desperately need to disarm the populations of the world, and they've pretty much done it. Besides the United States, that's why we're so heavily targeted, and the propaganda is so crazy. And that's just the simple fact, That's not like tinfoil hat stuff. Like
no, it's not.
It's cut and dry, straight up. Like they need to disarm the people to control them. That's a fact.
I feel like people reaching out to other communities is the answer to fight against that, right?
Yeah,
Bringing
we need
more
to,
people
man. Yeah,
into the firearms community.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I feel like
sure.
what we do at Classic, is we're trying to get new people on board, but we're still making firearms content. It is firearms based, whereas in your corner, you've got metal content.
Most people are probably not firearms people that follow my channel, which puts me in a unique position to try to gently try to introduce them to gun culture,
Yeah.
Not crank it to 100 immediately, but just a little by little, at least. And they're trying to stop us from showing any of that. You're not allowed to put a magazine in a firearm. I just talked to 8 YouTubers today that just got a strike because they inserted a magazine into a firearm.
Yeah. Hi.
What?
We're one of them.
That's crazy.
That is
I'm
crazy.
screwed. I use all D60s. They're all
Yeah.
extended magazines. That somehow makes it illegal or bad.
But you're
Again,
doing
preaching
it,
to the choir.
But you're doing it. You're getting people who aren't firearms people into the firearms community.
I hope so.
Right.
And pretty famous people at that.
I hope
being
so.
in the metal community.
Yeah, and and we're seeing it too because our biggest video to date, it's Call of Duty. It's Call of Duty based. So now we're getting
the gamers.
Dude, the gamers are huge,
I really need to
man.
bridge that gap more.
We are, and that's the thing. We're a part of that community.
really?
We
Yeah,
play
yeah.
sometimes too. It's not just we're trying to look like we are. No, we love that.
we play
I'm
the
not
game.
sure how to reach the younger demographic right now, the young teenage boys mostly, I'll say, because my channel is like 96% male.
Yeah.
You know, which is fine. You know, for the boys, you know, if you're a girl, you can watch it, but they just don't that much.
Yeah.
I don't know what those guys are doing, man. I don't know. I know they love the video games and stuff like that. But other than that, you know, I don't know. I got to get a read on that somehow. I don't know what these young boys are into.
Yeah, well, I know
Hopefully
like
something good.
Yeah, if we're gonna go back and talk about like Avenged Sevenfold again, I know like in the Call of Duty Black Ops and stuff, it was their music, you know, that was being played in that. So all of a sudden you find
Guitar
out,
Hero.
you find out which artists are actually gonna be like, you know, performing for the next Call of Duty album, if you will, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, Call of Duty theme, gun drummer style.
Yeah,
you know, something like that.
Do that.
You know,
I got to stop being an old man and like, oh, I don't like that music, so I'm not doing it. You know, I do that a lot. I just stick to what I like and I just do it. But I've tried to branch out. I covered Travis Tritt recently. It's a great day to be alive. And it was funny. You know, he opens. He's like, I got a rice cooking in the mic. We took a microwave out there and had a bag of rice, and I'm like jamming the bag of rice in the microwave, like, trying to shut it. And then my friend Cole, who's here in the studio as well, the next part, he's like, I got a 3-day beard, I don't plan to shave, and I got like my head against his, and I'm showing off his like beautiful beard. Anyway, Travis Tritt himself messaged me and is like, I like this video, I love this, you know. And so that was neat.
Cool.
So I'm trying to branch out there. We did Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You, with some machine guns.
Dude,
like,
I
an
saw that.
MG42 from the shoulder. People like that. Did some dubstep and stuff. So I'm slowly getting there. I'm like an old guy with music, I guess. Like, they're like, oh, there's generations. Music's crap, you know. That kind of thing. 1911 or nothing. Two World Wars.
Yeah, 2 World Wars.
Oh man, it's hard to, you know, beat. I guess you could say shoot guns to drums if you only got 8 rounds, dude. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, that's true.
Gosh.
Can't reload. that's got to be hard.
Oh, now I'm not allowed to reload now.
Yeah,
oh my
right?
gosh,
Exactly.
it's over.
Yeah, I mean, so, and the logic behind this is, you know, you don't need a reload per se if you don't have any magazines. So just do nothing but belt feds and just, you know, make sure you just got a really long belt.
Dude,
Just call it a
belt
day.
feds are finicky though, man. Honestly, like, especially if you're doing it semi,
Yeah.
it's finicky.
Yeah,
for
but
real.
yeah. So we actually recently gave away the M249S, which is a super cool gun. It's a semi-auto version of the 249, obviously, for everybody that's listening
That's
that may
sweet.
not know.
I would love to have that.
It's a cool gun, man. It really is. And what I found though is if you lubricate the actual links themselves and then you know feed them through, it actually does
Some
it's a
pig
little
fat.
bit more.
Well, my thing is I'm putting aftermarket slightest touch light triggers on it. And that adds another level of complication. I'm doing a lot of things that are making it more prone to fail. So I need to be really careful. Like I use the Magpul D60s because those just work all the time.
Yeah.
I found the triggers that just work all the time. I stick with the same guns because as soon as you start changing stuff and you need to shoot 700, like we're not editing this stuff together. It's one take. It's a 5-minute song with 700 rounds with like 12 to 30 guns or whatever. Like I need this stuff to work. Like it has to work.
One malfunction just ruins it.
Exactly.
That's
And
it.
like normally it's not a big deal. You're using a mil spec trigger. If you mess up, like who cares? But in this situation, it's like I need it to be right. So
I always wonder how many takes you have to
it's
go
always
through.
one, dude.
It's
Unless
always
like
one?
something's really going wrong and I'm having a bad day.
Yeah.
But
That's
I just do the
incredible,
prep
dude.
work and just do one take. It's too expensive to do, and I run out of energy.
Oh, I believe
Like
that.
if you're trying to do something like that 2 or 3 times, like dude, no, it
No,
just
oh,
it progressively gets worse.
Yeah, I totally get that. We do like a quick clip of sometimes like doing the giveaway videos and we want to do like a really cool like, and it's not because like something went wrong, but it's like, okay, let's try a different angle. Lighting didn't look that good. Let's try this. Let's try that. You know, let's maybe running from this direction might look a little bit better. And so it's like, dude,
It's exhausting.
yeah.
So much.
These videos might
So
look
much
easy, like shooting to music and stuff, but it's really, really not. And I remind myself that each time. Like, I'm like, wow, that was like I gotta work out my forearms some more because like and my whole body just gets shot, man. I don't know, like something about it's so intense and like the adrenaline's up so high. If I weren't filming myself, it probably wouldn't be that intense. But I'm like, I know this is my only shot to do it, and I know that like a million people are gonna see it, so I really want it to be good. So it's like I'm putting all this pressure, and then you put the physical pressure of everything flying out of the muzzle brakes at my face and all that, and it's just like it's crazy.
Well, and then on top of that, the timing. You know,
Oh,
like,
right, yeah. I'm trying to get the song right,
So,
and I'm
yeah.
trying to hit, like, nothing but the backstop, obviously. So I have to pay attention to where I'm going, what gun I'm going to get next, when I'm going to switch guns. I time it all out on Microsoft Word, and I use word count. I'm like, all right, so this part of the song, and I hit the keys to play drums, and it's like I know when I'm at 120 rounds, because that's 2 Magpul D60s. I just know how many G's and H's in all caps
See,
it
this
looks
is
like.
what I was talking about with that production side. I'm like, how do you do
I
that?
just sit there and I tap on the keys and I'm like, all right, this would be good for these 2 guns. Maybe I'll do a couple pistols in here, and then maybe I'll do like a couple more guns here, and then like this gun at this part that's bolt action because it might sound cool, and then like 2 shotguns in a row after that because we have like a smaller part of the song that's a little more chill.
Wow.
You know,
and then finish out with these.
Wow.
That kind
Dude,
of thing.
I feel like a real jerk because I know how much behind the scenes work goes into what we do.
Yeah.
You know? And then I look at him like, dude, yeah, he makes that look pretty easy. He just sits up there and he just loads up a couple of mags and he's just like, oh, I know this song. I know when to pull the trigger. And then I hear you over here like, no, all right, let me think about this. And dude, you have hours of prep work that go into this. And I'm like,
Days.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
Like
days
About
and
it,
days
2
and
different
days.
sides. I thought it was going to be ridiculously hard to produce.
Yeah,
And
which
you're
is so funny because I'm over here like, oh yeah, just load up a bunch of mags, get a song in your head that you know really well, put on the headphones and just start going,
You
right?
could do that,
Yeah.
but the thing is, I don't know. It might be just as good to the average person. I don't know, but I'll get mad because I'm like, wow, I shouldn't have used those guns at that part. It doesn't fit. That's stupid. I ran out of ammo. Now it's awkward because there's a gap, like, you know, that kind of thing. So I really want it to match and flow and now we're doing like 5-minute songs straight. So now
Right.
it's even more like
intense.
Yeah. It used to
really.
be just 1 snare and 2 guns with 30-round mags. Like, that's
Yeah.
no problem.
Right,
That's a
right.
20-second video. Like,
Yeah.
whatever, dude. You can wing that all day, but
Yeah, people don't understand the challenges behind that. And two, I mean, honestly, dude, that takes talent, bro. For you to be able to sit
really
there and
does. I
actually come
appreciate
down with
it.
that, dude, that's awesome, bro.
you know what's really stupid? It would get the same exact amount of views if I did just like a tiny portion of the song or if I did all 5 minutes. We're talking like 100 rounds, 700 rounds. And for whatever reason, I just have to do the whole song just to like challenge myself. Everybody's like, what are you doing? Like, you're spending so much more ammo, so much more money, so much more editing time. Like, the video's going to perform the exact same, but I'm really doing it for me. Like, I want to watch the video and like it. I hate posting a video that I don't like. And I do it sometimes. We all have to do it. You have to be pumping out content. And I just can't even look at it. I'm like, I hate this post.
Yeah. And then it still
And
does.
I'll never watch it again because
Yeah.
I'm like, but yeah, and then it'll be my most popular
And
video
then,
ever.
then there's all the
That's
views,
exactly
all the
what
likes, and all the
happens,
positive
dude.
comments. Like,
Oh
dude,
my
this
God.
is the best one. And it's like, really? I thought I
My
did
2 most
shit.
popular
Yeah.
videos ever are videos that I was never going to post because I didn't like them.
Really?
Swear.
That's
it's crazy.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just never know, I guess. You really don't know. Like,
No, you're
what's going to
absolutely
take
right.
off. Like, you can try to engineer it, and sometimes I am successful at that with the shotgun in the house stuff. Like, that usually goes viral, like, every time. But
Because it's absolute mayhem and you love it,
yeah, I
dude.
think it just shocks the crap out of people, and then it just spreads like crazy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, people look at it because for everybody that hasn't seen it, if you haven't, you're missing out because it's from your perspective. What are you just? Do you have a
Dude,
GoPro on you? Or?
I just started using a mount that I bite with a GoPro on it, but it makes it a little more challenging because I have to get the audio another way because it'll just sound like breathing on the GoPro. I'm like, bang, bang, you know? So I've got a little zoom thing that I've tried to mount different way. It makes it a little harder. Also, if you're using a rifle, you really can't do that because you have to hold it up to your cheek. The shotgun in the house videos, I'm holding it down here, by the way.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not even aiming
Oh
it
dude,
down.
we
I'm
can see
aiming it,
from your
like, down
perspective.
here.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's hard. What I have been using, which really sucks, I have to find a better way to mount something on my forehead. But I just have like the flimsy like band that holds my iPhone, and I put it in 0.5 so you can see more, even though the quality's worse.
We've got one of
and
those.
strap it on my head, and it's just like hopefully it records. Like
We'll see how
sometimes
it
it
goes.
doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. But I just got that mount, and it's a lot. That's what the jumping on the trampoline thing would have never worked with that rig.
Right,
So now that I got the bite mount, I'm like jumping and it's staying, and I had the zoom recorder just on my couch, so it captured the gunshots pretty good.
You know, what I use from my first person perspective, whatever, it's nowhere near as good quality,
Okay.
you know, but it's still 1080p and everything. Ray-Ban came out with these recording sunglasses called
I
storage
want that.
glasses.
I want that
They,
bad.
they only go for about 30 seconds. It's a 30-second clip that it takes. But at the same time,
Somebody else makes those though. I've
yeah,
seen them.
yeah,
I
they
think
do.
that's longer.
They do. I think Bose might have. I can't
It's not even
remember.
Bose. It's a smaller company, and I've tried to message them multiple times. Like, dude,
Yeah,
I will.
but
hook you up.
I
You send me
actually,
one.
I really am a big fan of these glasses though, because especially if I mean, 30 seconds, you can get a lot done in 30 seconds. You know, but what I'm thinking is, you know,
Take your word
in
for it.
these, yeah. Thanks, bud.
Moral support.
But you know, with these though, like some of the drills that we run, people really like those, especially if I'm running like an offset. When I was shooting my Mark 12, I've got a magnified optic here and a 45-degree T-Rex Arms RMR or T-Rex Arms mount for my RMR. And what was so cool, one of my favorite videos that I've taken with these is I'm actually transitioning. I'm going from magnified to red dot. magnified to red dot at 100 yards. And you can actually see it lines up perfect. When I'm shooting through magnified, the glasses lens is looking through the red dot, and you can actually see the red dot on target as I'm pulling the trigger, and it's going ting, ting,
That's
ting.
just
like the
dumb
viewer
luck
has their
that
own
worked.
red dot.
That's dumb
Yes.
luck that worked straight up.
Dude,
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
dude, I can never get rid of these. This is the perfect match.
Wow.
But I'm thinking like for some of those clips, if you're doing something really quick, like again, within 30 seconds, and you might have like a couple of seconds on each side of that to try to edit it down or find that right, that Gucci spot or whatever, I mean, it still probably wouldn't be too bad because they stay to your face. They got audio.
No, I need that like bad, dude. My
they're
POV
cool.
videos are like, people love them so much. I honestly just need to do it more. I need to do it more. For some reason, I don't, but they usually perform well. Like I've covered Doom. Like a Doom song.
Yeah,
And that was like a 3-minute song, and I'm just like walking like a video game character and stuff.
They're unique. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, not a lot of people are really
You don't-
doing it. It looks like a hardcore Henry kind of thing. It's freaky, It's cool.
Yeah, so
I
maybe
need to do more of
Raven, if you're listening to
Yeah, right.
to the
Nobody's
CM
going to
podcast.
listen to this. Literally, nobody's going to listen to this. We're just talking to each other right now.
Yeah, dude, that's completely fine. Because we're all bros hanging out here.
I don't think we even just like explained this. We're at SHOT Show.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we're in Las
Yeah.
Vegas right
We're-
now.
Yeah, I guess
for
we
sure,
haven't
which
really.
is the nastiest place I've ever been. This is my first time here. I don't know why I had this like perception that maybe it was going to be a little bit nice or something. No, it's quadruple the price for everything, and it's worse quality.
Yeah.
Everywhere, and it just stinks. There's just like blood everywhere and like fluids.
Yeah,
It's just like moist. There's no escape. You go back to your room, you're like, ugh, oh my gosh, I got to get out of here. And you go to your hotel room, and it's 10 times worse. There's just like straight up debauchery and sin and just like
And then you're like,
death
swipe card.
everywhere. Like this place is trying to kill you. Like this place is bringing you closer to death, and there's no escape to it. So anyway, it's been a great time, man. Honestly,
So SHOT Show is fantastic.
SHOT Show is actually really fun. I've been having a good. Dude, I've never met so many people so fast in my life. I mean, I probably met 1,000 people, and today and yesterday, and that's no exaggeration. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, you just start walking. I mean, first of all, there's so many people within this industry, and and then it's one of those things too, especially if you got a camera, because dude, what I appreciate that you have the opportunity to do is you're here, you're on the floor, you're walking around, you're seeing the cool stuff, and you're meeting all the people, right? That's super cool, and you kind of get to take your time doing it, and I don't know what else you're doing and everything, but I think that's just super cool because, dude, Ryan, I feel bad for him because he carries this big ass backpack.
I
right?
feel bad watching you guys in your work state because I know that we have so much fun when you're not, and I'm just like sad over here because I'm not technically I'm working, I guess, but I'm here for my own YouTube channel. Like I feel bad. All the guys are stuck in the booth like, dude, this is like day number 97 and I'm just standing here and I'm like hungover because Las Vegas makes you do that. And I'm just like running around like doing whatever I want. So that's definitely the way to go, man.
Yeah,
It's cool.
I will say that I don't really, I really actually feel for the guys in the booths, because they are just limited to that, right? So I'm happy that you get to go around and walk and all that type of stuff. And then there's Ryan over here who's carrying the camera, the monopod, all the extra batteries, all the extra memory cards, and everything else you could think of just to make the recording happen, and lenses. And then we've got Grant and John that are running the cameras for Kaya and Katie. And dude, it's so much. And then we're at, oh wow, low day, only 11,000 footsteps. That's because we've been recording podcasts.
I was going to say, that sounds great.
Yeah, right. 11,000 steps today. That's not a lot. And then we're just going everywhere, back and forth. Meet that a meeting, make that appointment, interview here, interview there, and it's like, okay, all right, cool. This is the SHOT Show experience.
What I find interesting is how many people watch our SHOT Show coverage at the booth.
Oh, well, we literally walk into a booth, and I'm like, hey, I don't mean to bother you. I see you're on the phone. Just want a quick interview, and they look up and they're like, yo, you just came out with this. You just recorded this morning. Yeah, you're just
you
like,
guys
whoa.
have a quick turnaround time. People, I saw that earlier. People's minds were getting blown.
Yeah, at the HK
Like,
booth.
what the heck?
Yeah,
Yeah,
at the
like, you
HK
just
booth.
recorded that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It
well,
takes
we've
me like
got
months to come out with the video. Dude.
well, we've got one editor on site and two editors off site too. So
Amazing team of people, and we're all talking to each other, and they do an incredible job. They're working overnight at this, and it's just they're killers. They're killers.
Absolutely, man.
Andrea in particular.
Yeah, Andrea, if you're listening, you are currently editing.
You are. You're hearing this right now in your ears.
You are. You are.
Take that. I'm so sorry. I don't know you
That
yet,
one's
but-
for Cameron, the editor of the podcast.
Oh, that's funny, dude. But yeah, man, I mean, just say biggest shout out to our editors and all the team that's working that doesn't get all the love in front of the camera, because everybody, that's one thing that I think is like, it's cool, right? I get these people that walk up to me all the time, man, and they're just like, dude, big fan, love love for you to stop by sometime or whatever, you know? And I'm like, dude, that's awesome. By the way, here's Ryan. like, dude, like, you know, Ryan, you know, like, cause they're usually like, hey, can we get a picture or a selfie? And then Ryan, here he is with all the cameras. And they're like, do you mind taking a picture? And I'm like, you know what? No, dude. You know what?
It is a whole team. Like, I've got my friends Darren and Colt right here with me in the studio, and these guys are always with me, like filming or helping me not die.
Yeah.
Really, that's like one of their main functions is to make sure I don't die. For real. It's crazy. Like Colt, he's saved me so many times. He's the channel gunsmith.
Yeah.
And dude, like there's been times where we're shooting and my adrenaline's so high, I'm having a malfunction and I'm just like trying to force it.
Oh no.
And he'll just like come up and stop me. He's like, dude, there's still a round in there. Like you're about to fire another round on top of another round and like die.
That's
or I'll have a muzzle brake like falling off and won't even realize it. Like 1,000 times over, this dude's like saved me. And then Darren's always there to just make sure when we're like at these metal shows, these festivals, like things start to get out of control. Like we get invited backstage now all the time. Like you never know what's going to happen. And he's always there to just make sure that I don't just make some huge like wrong step. And of course with the content itself, like they do all like help me film and stuff. And I got like my cousin Isaac that helps me film. And there's a lot of people that make it happen. It's definitely not just the guy on camera, obviously.
Oh, right.
You
man.
know?
Yeah. You know, and for the guys that are doing that though, like
some guys do that, like
Jared,
like Mike, and Mr. Guns and Gear and Guns and Gadgets.
Yeah.
Those two guys, they do that stuff themselves. They do all their own filming.
Yeah.
Like I asked, and I don't know, I feel bad. I don't know if he's cool with people knowing his name even, but you know, Mr. Guns and Gear, who does excellent reporting on like all the ATF stuff. By the way, like, I have to give him so much props, man.
Yeah.
And he's getting hit on YouTube right now too. He just got a 7-day ban or whatever. But I've asked him before, like, hey, do you need help shooting that? And he's like, just me, always. I'm like, all right, bro, no problem. I'm just asking if you're good. You're good. No, we need people like him for sure. Like, he's just on it. I don't have the attention span to do the amount of research that these guys do. Like, they're on it. They know the legal part of it, what you can do, like what's going on. I mean,
yeah. Dude, it's super interesting. And, you know, I mean, God bless them. You know, I mean, dude, they put in the work that they do. Yeah, and to put out the information they do. It's awesome, you know, and they really do good work, and we're big fans of them. And on top of that, you know, we consider them friends, which is super cool, you know. And but yeah, man, I think that's really. I think we kind of covered a lot of the stuff, dude. I really got to tell you, man. I really appreciate you just taking the time to come up, man. I know we're boys and everything,
of course, man.
And it's always good to see you. But really, to come up here and actually kind of give us a little bit of behind the scenes, a little bit of what you do to actually produce a video and get one edited and get one out for our entertainment. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Like again, you know, Ryan. He's the guy behind. He's the tech guy. He's the guy that's actually coming scheduling stuff and all that stuff. I just got to know what the hell I'm talking about. And sometimes I even fell on that part.
Yeah.
Right.
You do.
So
he's like, I watch the videos.
I'm charging a Barrett for this, by the way. You can't make this public unless you give me a Barrett. You were talking about a giveaway, like rig it.
Yeah.
Rig it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a goat gun Barrett.
Yeah.
But
Only if you put it in a song.
No,
only if you put
Yeah, in a video.
You know, we do
of course. I'll put you in 10 videos
like,
for a
what?
Barrett,
Like,
dude.
yeah.
I want a Barrett so bad. It's my favorite gun to shoot ever. I love shooting it, and I shoot it from the shoulder, obviously.
Yeah. As you're supposed to do. Yes.
Yeah, I like shooting MG42s from the shoulder too.
Well,
it just rattles your whole vision. Everything goes blurry. It's so intense, dude. You gotta try it. It's sweet.
It's like,
I'm getting excited even thinking about it. But the Barrett's cool because it's such a big round that the action is so slow that you get to observe it as you're firing it, and you're just like, as you're shooting it. Oh man, I love it.
So you know what he needs to do? He needs to come to Kalash Bash with us this year.
Yeah, I should. Yes. Honestly, I can tell that I would like everyone there. I can just tell. I don't know them, but I like follow that thing, and everybody I see in those videos, I'm like, I would get along with them.
Dude, so
for
Graham,
sure.
So Photogenic Firearms, Graham, you know, he took us out, and dude, we had a blast, dude. So first of all, he knows everybody. It's actually almost annoying, you know, right? Because he's walking about, he's over there, oh, what's up? And his energy is so above and beyond that it's hard for even, you know, for me to keep up, right?
Hard to match.
And dude, and I'm like, dude, Graham, how do you do this? And he was like, I'm just high on life, bro. And I'm like,
I don't know how he does it.
I don't know. I don't know.
He's literally built different. That's
yeah, you know. But anyway, he's like, oh no, yeah. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, so you know him.
So you know him, yeah. Oh my god, that was pretty funny. But oh jeez. But anyway, yeah, he's taking us like to all these different booths. It's like, oh no, that's my boy, yeah, that's my girl. And he's like, you're gonna shoot a full auto FAL? Come here. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, all right, cool, shoot this. I'm
Everyone's charging for it, and he's like, just come on. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be mad about it. They had a full auto MG42 there too, and they had all sorts of stuff, man. RPKs for days, and all of it's full auto. It's got the giggle switch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, man, this was pretty sweet. All right, this is pretty cool. Good job, Graham. And then you're talking about what you're talking about here, and I'm like, okay, so hear me out. We'll hit up the guys over at Clash Bash, and we're going to tell them, you know what you didn't have that we have is a Barrett 50 cal. And so what we'll do is we'll bring that, and then whenever we do our final little video, and I mean, we literally had all the machine guns lined up, and it was awesome time. It's like, and then we'll finish it off with like a 50 cal mag dump. Maybe by that time we'll have a couple more, and it'll just be a couple of us lined up, just shoulder firing some 50 cals.
Dude.
Run it in their competition match.
Oh my!
That's what we're gonna do next time.
I love it. As long as it's a short one. The long ones are so hard to hold up. I'm not that strong.
Is that right?
I gave a guy a concussion for 3 weeks with a Barrett one time, by the way. So if you're standing right, I don't know. It was between that and it was either that or the muzzle brake on the 76 millimeter Sherman tank main cannon. I don't know if it was that or the Barrett. I honestly don't know.
I'm gonna guess that it's the Sherman.
It was three shots out of the Sherman tank, and my friend Seth Stackhouse was holding my GoPro, standing right in the muzzle blast. So 3 tank shots. That was a Slipknot tank video. If you want to look it up, we literally covered a Slipknot song with a tank.
It was so
we did 2
cool,
more.
Pull the
Anyway, so he went through 3 muzzle blasts right to his face through the 76 millimeter Sherman tank main cannon, and then like 100 rounds at least from the Barrett, filming right in the muzzle brake. And we were driving back, and my friend Hunter from Hunt the Dinosaur, this metal band, was with me too. And we were trying to convince this kangaroo to get in the car at Drive Tanks, and we almost had him in there. Anyway, we were driving it. It's just one
like
road.
A term for
it's
someone.
one
He's
road.
like, oh, little kangaroo. It's not like an Australian.
Her name's
It's a
Scarlet.
little.
Yeah, it's in Texas. I swear, sweetest kangaroo. The other kangaroos are mean, for real. Like, there's one nice giraffe and there's one nice kangaroo. And if you go to the other giraffes, they'll kick you. And you know what I learned? Their knees can rotate 360 degrees. Like, if you walk up to a giraffe on the side, he'll kick you sideways. Heads up. Like, it's not like a horse. Like, if you go behind a horse, you can get kicked. Like, a giraffe will kick you any direction.
Oh, that's crazy.
And kangaroos are pretty crazy too, like the mean ones.
Oh,
But
yeah.
anyway, this was a nice one. We were trying to get it in the car. But it was one road. Like, you can't go wrong. It's from A to B. And my friend Seth just loses his direction completely. He's like, guys, I don't understand what's going on. That's when we found out he had a concussion. And for like 3 weeks, he was like throwing up and he had vertigo. I actually felt really bad about it. But you got to watch where you're standing, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, we learned to respect. We had a complete lack of respect for like tanks and stuff. And then we were like, all right, like these are actual weapons and we need to be careful, Yeah. And that was the same trip I invited Brandon and his guys, Brandon Herrera.
Yeah.
And we all went to Drive Tanks for like 5 days, stayed on the place. Like, it was, I got in so much trouble. I can't even tell you, dude. We accidentally killed a capybara. I'm putting that on Lance. It was probably my fault. It jumped off a cliff and like killed itself. We got confirmation
it committed suicide.
It did die
You
later.
didn't kill it.
I didn't know what it was.
Wait.
I've never seen a capybara.
yeah,
Have you seen a capybara?
So,
Yeah.
but
It's
why
like a
is it on
giant-
him?
He was like in the way, but this thing's like a giant rat. It's like 3 feet tall. It's
Yeah, I've
huge.
seen it. Yeah.
Scariest thing I've seen in my life, dude.
Yeah.
It's like 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm out there with like Delance and Michael, and I'm like, what is that? Like, I'm flipping out because it looks like this beaver and it's sulking. It's super creepy. I can just see its like silhouette, man, creeping, and I'm like, what is this like little rat bear thing? So of course I'm trying to film it. Michael's trying to film it. We're like, get behind it, and it just charges it to Lance, and he's like, ah, like he freaks out and moves out of the way, and this thing runs right up to the edge of a precipice, dude, like a cliff that goes down into this quarry with this water, and he just jumps off. And it didn't splash, it thudded like hard. And, dude, we're all looking down there. Michael and I get in an argument about like the depth of it because that's just where we were at in our mindset. And we didn't see it though, like it swam away. But then later we did get confirmation that it did die. So that's like the first time I got in trouble. There's only like 6 of them imported like to America or some shit. So we killed 1 out of like 6.
No, it committed suicide.
And then I accidentally exposed this new tank that was like a secret. Like, I literally had like an NDA that I couldn't expose this tank. And it was like an accident, I think. I was like filming this herd of giraffe and like singing. And this brand new tank that they were going to unveil was in the background. And I made it live. And I got in so much trouble, dude. And then another time, the Drive Tanks people, I love you guys so much. I'm so sorry for all of this. But I also approached a herd of white buffalo with a bunch of baby buffalo, and I was like right up on them filming, and I guess I learned that that's super dangerous. Like, you're not supposed to do that. So anyway, I mean,
All right, to be honest, we've had our own experiences. You specifically and Katie had experience with an ostrich.
Yeah, that
Ostriches
ostrich.
are super
That
mean.
ostrich wanted Katie.
Yeah, they're mean, dude. You gotta watch out for ostriches.
Dude, and they thud that. I mean, it's just like a weird
it's
sound. It's like
terrifying,
they beat.
It's
their
like a
chest.
Wolf of Wall Street kind of thing, but like
Yeah.
a giant bird.
Yeah.
That's literally what I was doing. See the Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
that's
it's
it.
like that, but a giant chicken.
Yeah, super scary. Kill you. Matthew McConaughey might not kill you.
Yeah, dinosaur chicken. And dude, yeah, that thing was like, I think I got it on video. She like went and stood on a rock to try to get away from it, and it's like doing its little head thing, you know?
Oh no!
And then
Yeah,
she's
no,
like,
you're
okay, I'm
freaking
gonna
me
get
out.
off.
Even
Yeah,
just
that was
you do a
it.
really good job.
Because they they have those big freaking
Yeah,
eyes, and they're
they're
just
scary,
like,
man.
And they're
They're,
just
like,
like staring
looking
you
at
down. Yeah, it's creeping me out. Like, dude, we gotta stop doing
we
that.
gotta not do that anymore.
All right, cool.
I'm
Especially in
uncomfortable.
Vegas.
Especially in Vegas.
I don't want to be here. For real.
So, but dude, that thing was following her around, man. But for real,
It's scary.
it is, dude.
That giraffe actually died too, which is really sad. There was this really sweet giraffe named Buttercup.
What did you
I
do?
didn't kill it. So there was a meme I made where I like accidentally killed a giraffe and I was just joking, and then it turned into a thing where people thought I accidentally shot the top of a backstop with a 50, and I felt really super awkward about it because that's unacceptable no matter where you are. Even though it was like 20 square miles of desert.
but still, you don't
It was
look
my first
beyond,
time ever
yeah.
shooting one, and they're like, you need to lay down on the ground and shoot it. And I was like, no, I'm going to mag dump it. Give me 10 from the shoulder. And I shot it as fast as I could, and it just worked its way up the mountain. It's a tank range, so it's all right.
Yeah.
There's like the backstop, which is like 100 feet, and then the mountain's like another 100 feet up.
Right.
And I was like hitting the top of the mountain at the end, so I looked backwards, and I'm like I was really concerned, and Michael caught it in slow-mo. And so I had that, and I was like, that face when you accidentally hit a giraffe at 700 yards. And like that took off, and like people thought I actually killed the giraffe, but no, it froze in the freaking. This giraffe was like a dog. It was the sweetest giraffe, dude. Buttercup, for real, man. Like she was the nicest. You could go up and like pet her and just like hang out with her. But it was when it got really cold in Texas. Like,
Oh, yeah, and they had the big ice storm or whatever.
yeah, it freaking sucks.
Oh man, R.I.P. Buttercup.
Anyway, there's that. Sorry. Capybaras and
Giraffes, dude. So for people that don't know what Drive Tanks is, out in Uvalde, Texas, it's a big ranch. I forgot the name of the actual ranch.
Ox Ranch.
Ox Ranch.
Brent
that's right.
Oxley. We actually got to meet him and hang out at his house and stuff.
Oh, that's
This
cool.
dude has a fossilized Triceratops skull in his office. It's massive. It's like a 60 million year old fossilized Triceratops skull. I'm not even playing, man. Craziest thing I've seen in my life. He had it brought over from Europe on a boat, and it cracked in half. They glued it back together.
What?
You can see where the crack is. Oh. And we were like putting our hands in its eyeballs and like feeling the dinosaur power. It got real.
The dinosaur.
Yeah, dude. He also had a meteorite in there. So we're like holding a meteorite. We're playing with this dinosaur head's like eyeball. It was nuts. Or eye
Looks like we're
socket.
going
I mean,
back.
the
Eye
eyeball
socket, yeah.
disintegrated millions of years ago, but. Anyway, Ox Ranch is pretty dope. You can go there and hunt. They have any animal you can think of. There's like
They do.
rhinos out there.
Yeah.
There's like antelope, super exotic stuff just running around free. They live great lives. Like it's not a mean thing
Yeah.
at all. And they do hunts, and you can basically do whatever you want.
Yeah,
It's sweet.
Andrew's girlfriend Morgan from Century.
Yeah.
showed us the video of where it's probably the same kangaroo that was super nice. What was the name of that one?
Scarlet.
Scarlet, that's right.
Yeah, hopefully she's still around. That was
Yeah,
sweet.
but she so Morgan actually put a piece of broccoli in her mouth and held it, and I guess it had to be Scarlet if this was a nice kangaroo. The kangaroo came up and actually took it out of her mouth, nice and gently.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was very
Let me
cute.
tell you how scary they are, though.
Oh.
If it's at night,
We're talking about wholesome kangaroos. Let me tell you the worst
she
story
is
you've
sweet
ever
and
heard.
she's nice. But if it's 2 a.m. and you're smashing a bottle of tequila with your YouTube friends, standing around, you have no idea how fast kangaroos are. And it's a nice kangaroo, and it wants to come up and get pet or get a banana. She loves bananas, and we kept bananas around because we wanted to be a kangaroo's friend, obviously. But dude, you just see these 2 glowing eyes coming at you up and down so fast.
That's a horror
This thing
movie.
is from 100 yards to you in like a millisecond, dude. It's just, and it's terrifying every time. You even
Kangaroo
start to
Jack
learn
was
it
a
might be a
thriller.
kangaroo, but like you don't really know.
So what was scarier, the kangaroo running after you or the waitress after the tray?
Yes.
Definitely the bartender.
The bartender, yeah.
She scared me.
There's so many wild animals out there at night. All you can hear is like screaming,
Yes.
Yeah.
incoherent screaming, and it's
Dude, all right, so the Gundies, because that's where the Gundies are going to be.
Yeah,
held this
yeah,
year.
the Gundies are
You're
gonna be-
nominated for something, aren't you?
I hope.
Yeah,
That'd be
dude,
sweet.
dude.
I plan on going. I told Ben I'm going. I'm like, I don't know if I'm invited, but I'll be there, dude.
Yeah, dude. So same thing.
Forge
that's what it
relations.
is.
You got to thank those guys for that.
Exactly. You know,
Definitely.
so we're planning on being out there again, and we were there last year, and that's where where we got all of our stories with all the animals and all that stuff. But man, it's a really cool facility. It's super neat what they got out there. It shoot everything. I mean, they shot RPGs out there, Jerry Mitchellek, you know, and I mean, dude, it was just super cool.
Oh, it is.
And so if you get the event or the opportunity to go out there, 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh,
There's so much to
dude.
do out there.
If you're gonna be out there this year,
I told Ben I'm going,
dude,
Well,
all of us again, and because like Vegas, I'm trying to keep myself like chill. You know what I mean?
I know I don't like it.
Yeah.
At all. Like, it irritates me.
Because I'm like, dude, I know I got work to do.
You guys
and
are in
stuff.
work mode. I know.
Yeah,
It
but
sucks.
the Gundies, dude, the Gundies is like like a kind of like a big old party. You
Yeah,
know?
and it's 2 days this year.
Yeah. So
We did all this travel just to go there for one day.
Yeah.
And Ben was like, no, we're doing 2 days now. I'm like, all right, that's more like it. Try 5 in a row. That's crazy. And you're eating like fresh meat. We were eating zebra burgers and stuff every day. You feel like an animal.
Capybara, you know, whatever falls off.
That poor capybara. Freaking just Delance just murdered it.
Did you know the capybara's name?
Uh,
Dang, can't even give an RIP shout out.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. It's dead. We made a bunch of memes of like little capybaras like jumping into the water, and it's like this capybara had dirt on the Clintons or something like that. We had a whole group chat about it. It's kind of messed up.
Oh, that's
Did you know that
hilarious,
2 giraffes there walked into power lines and electrocuted themselves? Like, you're not allowed to kill a giraffe, but these 2 giraffes just walked into the power lines and they electrocuted. And so they actually cut it up and ate it. They said it was pretty fatty meat, but I mean, if you get a chance to eat a giraffe, like, you're gonna do it. Not
That's a
gonna
good
not.
point.
I mean,
No,
you're
that's
not,
a really
you're not
good
wrong.
point,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, if it's dead, it's dead. You know. So.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
And
wow.
zebra was really good too.
I've heard zebra's really good.
Zebra burgers
Yeah.
were pretty good.
How about that?
Always wanted to try that.
Yeah.
Tasted like glue.
Really?
No.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
Oh shit, man. Oh, dude, Nate, it's been a pleasure, bro.
Thanks
Dude,
for having me on.
Of course,
Absolutely.
man. It's good to see you, man. I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up there,
Yeah, we
though,
should.
dude. I mean, who knows what other stories we're going to talk about
it's-
that.
This you can see why Joe Rogan goes for 4 hours, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy to do once you
Yeah.
get going.
Oh, absolutely,
cool.
dude. You start telling the stories and everything, and then start you getting into the technical stuff of like, what you're doing for your channel and everything. It's huge, man. So one more time, though, shout it out. Where can everybody find you?
Gun drummer on YouTube and anywhere else on the internet. Just
Yeah.
gun. If you can just remember guns and drums, that's what I do. Is I play drums and I shoot like guns to the music. And there's actually a ton of like kids now that are practicing with Nerf guns. I get these videos every day from parents who are like,
What?
dude,
That's
it's his
cool.
favorite thing in the world. I always send him a shirt, whether it's across the world. I don't care. Like, I just sent this kid a care package in Hungary last week because he was like super pumped. And I just sent him like drumsticks and shirts. And so I'm telling you, it's in like 10 years, you're going to have a lot of this going on, dude. Like, we're going to have like a symphony of destruction.
This is what I'm talking
Dude,
Dude,
listen,
gonna
I
be
did
band
Sweating Bullets by Megadeth, and Dave Mustaine himself liked it. I got confirmation from his son that
That's
he
awesome.
thought it was
That
cool.
is cool. So
yeah, I
since
can just die now.
growing the
Yeah.
community right there.
Right,
That's it.
internationally,
Yeah.
So if you got a kid in Hungary watching your stuff, you got to use like a Hungarian AMD
I feel bad 'cause
63.
it wasn't even Hungary. It was like Austria or something.
Well,
Anyway, whatever. What does it
So,
matter?
so I mean,
Somewhere
so
over
if
there.
it's Austria, I mean Glock, obviously, but I'm saying you got to start. If you've got international fans, you got to find the firearms. Like if you got one from Egypt, try it with a Hakim.
Oh, right, dude.
Good luck.
I get crazy videos from all over the world of people doing it with different stuff, man. Like,
So, dude, try
anything.
there you
Like,
go,
there's
man.
this one Russian dude sent me a video, and it was borderline pretty dangerous, but it was funny. He had like all of his car doors open, and he's just blaring System of a Down, and this guy's got 2 AKs. He's just shooting like all off beat, like off into the distance. I don't know. Didn't look like there was a backstop at all. It's
Russia.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Was this
I
on
mean,
the border?
Actually, dude, I've been hanging out. I've been hanging out with Russians, and their gun laws are way more strict than we are.
yeah.
yeah. Like Alex
Absolutely.
Terrible, Slaughter to Prevail. I hang out with those guys every once in a while, and yeah, they told me that it's like really hardcore out there. So,
Jesus.
yeah. But anyway, you keep trying to end it, and then we talk. So I guess
Dude,
I'll
I'm
just
not mad about
end
it.
No,
like,
no,
dude, if
yeah.
it goes, it goes.
all
That's
right.
all I'm saying. It's just. Hey,
I've went. I'm done.
Are you?
Dude, no, you're not.
It just
He's
went.
not done. Look at
I'm,
him.
sure?
I'm done.
He's
Yeah,
got so
I
many
just
stories.
went, if you know what I mean. Like,
So circle bar.
let's
Yeah.
go.
All right, cool. Let's do that,
All right.
guys. Hey, appreciate you guys tuning in again. We had Gun Drummer today. Appreciate you again, bro. Man,
course.
they're glad to make the friendship and everything. Thanks again, CMG, for hooking that up. You guys
Yes.
not me.
Yes.
Thank you. Too thankful for that. But here we are. So catch us again at the CF podcast. See you next time.